getting out of the rat race was essential for me. This was the answer. She smokes a bit at the back, but it's what all girls do, you know, they run a bit rough, you know. I think it was an old PVC window van. Now she's a house, you know. I bet she didn't see that coming. If you want to live cheaply and you want to have a good life, yeah, van life.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Liberation video. Today we are speaking to Ricky, who lives full time in his van.
I don't think we've ever met anybody who loves van life as much as Ricky, so let us know in the comments what you think and make sure you stick around for the tour as well. Back to it.
My name's Ricky and this is my Mark 7 Transit. Been living in this now for 3 years and absolutely loved it. The reason I bought it was because me and my ex-fiance, you know, she wanted some things, I wanted other things, and then, yeah, unfortunately ended up having to sell the house, you know, with a mortgage, that sort of thing. And then whilst I was selling the house, I came across a blue Transit, and then I was like, right, I'll have that, and then just converted it whilst I was getting rid of the house, basically, because, you know, I've got to live somewhere, so this was the answer, and I've not looked back since at all. You know, I've absolutely enjoyed every minute of it. Anybody that wants to do it, do it. The reason I went for a van and the van life, you know, you see these videos on YouTube, and you know, I was watching them whilst I was engaged, and I was just like, that's something that I really want to do. And I was looking whilst we were together, and I was just like, right, this is my point now. I either buy a house and then I continue on that cycle, get on that ladder, and then potentially never getting off it, which is worrying. So I just decided I fancied a complete change in my life, and just being able to go anywhere that I like. Living in the peaks around here is, I mean, you get this every morning, whether it's winter, summer, it always looks like this, always beautiful. My mindset has completely changed. You know, I was having to work to live, and now I've completely flipped it. I've managed to travel more than I would be able to in a house because I've not got that £500–600, whatever it is these days, coming out of my bank account. I've just got my fuel, as of yesterday, solar. So I've now got free energy. Yeah, it's awesome, you know, I don't have to pay for anything anymore, and it's just, I just pay to get to where I live, and that's fine by me. You know, absolutely loving it. Since I was 14, I've been in long-term relationships and I've been in long-term work, and all I've ever done is graft and be with somebody, and then I'm just trying to roll with a completely different way of life. You know, I'm not in the dark place that I was in prior. It's just obviously wasn't what I wanted to be, and I'm now making that big push, that big effort to try and sort out my headspace, and I've finally done it, and it's not cost me much at all, this is on the cheap. This is £4.5 grand I paid for this. All the materials in there are from the working site. Went to Morzine on a biking holiday, cheap van, managed to get me to Morzine and back absolutely fine. She smokes a bit at the back, but it's what all girls do, you know, they run a bit rough, you know. So this is a Mark 7 Ford Transit, Lexi Blue she's called.
Alright guys, just a quick thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video today, for supporting the channel and helping us to continue making this content.
AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement. It's a science-driven formulation of vitamins, minerals and whole food source ingredients.
AG1 contains over 70 high quality ingredients. It's your daily dose of vitamin C, zinc, functional mushrooms and more to support your physical, mental and immune health.
It contains rhodiola, magnesium and B vitamins, which support sustained energy throughout the day without the caffeine crash that you get from coffee. It's an effortless daily habit that's actually become part of my wellness routine. All you do is take 1 scoop of AG1 and put it into 200 to 250 mils of water, give it a shake, easy as. And if you're on the go, you take a travel pack. I was actually quite pleasantly surprised with the taste. It's quite mild and it's got a little hint of vanilla, and I actually look forward to drinking it in the morning.
So go to drinkag1.com/liberation to get started on your order.
And with your first order, they're giving the Liberation community a free 1-year supply of AG vitamin D3 and K2, as well as 5 travel packs for when you're on the go. The link will be down below, as well as all the information. Check it out.
Thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring the video. Back to it.
I bought her with about 170,000 miles on her, which is considerably high, but you know, she's not let me down since. It's not the biggest one out there, but I also can take her around the towns, and you know, again, when I'm abroad, much easier to travel. Up top, I've got as of yesterday, got my 2 solar panels, 200 watt each, and we've got my Max Air fan up top, which I had which I put in when we were going to Morzine, just to try and keep the van a little bit cooler whilst they're staying in there, because I know it was going to be a little bit on the hot side. They don't take that much power, and when you're cooking, you can just have it circulating, getting rid of the smell, especially if you've made curry, which is always happening in this van. And then we'll cook the naan bread on the diesel heater. Sounds horrible, doesn't sound great. Delicious. If you've got a diesel here, you can make toast, you know.
Did you go for it specifically because it was blue, or?
Well, that was actually one of the things that drove me to it, because it was a little bit different. You don't often see a blue Transit. It's just nice not to have just a typical white Transit. It's, judging by the stickers on the side, you know, the what's left over. I think it was an old PVC window van. Now she's a house, you know. I bet you didn't see that coming. Yeah, so in the back of here, I was trying to just make it a little bit neater in here. So I've made myself a little muck off little stand so I can hang my helmets and all my cleaning gear, that sort of stuff. Got my bike in here, I've got my diesel heater here. My wiring isn't the best, as you can see. I'm not an electrician at all. It's just, that is what it is. Got my gas back there, and then I hang my skateboard, my longboard up here. Biking gear, just in this little box here. And it's just trying to keep things neat and off the ground, because it can get moldy, that sort of thing. I would definitely go with a fixed bed, just because it gives you the option just to put your muddy clothes and your bits and pieces in there, because living like this, you know, you're bound to get muddy. On the side here, I've got my ladder. Well, on a nice sunny day, climb up the ladder, and you can just sit up top with a book, have a beer, and then you get to look out over all this, and it's fantastic, very peaceful. You can do it, guys. Getting out of the rat race was essential for me, because I build exhibition stands, and when it's busy, it's just, I'm in that rat race, and when it's quiet, it's nice just to be able to completely escape from it all and just get to here instead of being in London, in Birmingham. It's just, I'm always working in cities, and then having a place just to come to where it's just empty, it's lovely, and not having to worry about where my next paycheck's coming from, and I can finally take time to do what I want to do, really, which is, you know, potentially taking some time off work and just enjoying it instead of worrying about what's going to come next month. You know, I've managed to save up each month now, and it's lovely. I can finally just do whatever I want. Absolutely loving it, living the dream. With the finances, it's massively helped. So when I had the mortgage, I can't believe I had a mortgage, mental. But yeah, when I had a mortgage, you know, we were paying out a good £600 a month, and then we rented prior to that. So that was £800–900 a month. You know, we were left with, between us, about £200 a month, you know, fun credits we called them. And that would go so quickly. And then, you know, I don't have that at all anymore. It's just all fun credits. You know, I don't have kids to go back to pay towards or anything like that. This is just, if you want to live cheaply and you want to have a good life, yeah, van life, absolutely. You realise how little you actually need. You know, I don't have a TV. People ask me about the shows they watch at work. have no idea. You know, I have no idea what they're talking about. But then, who needs a TV when you've got all this? Perfect. So yeah, this is where I live. This is the living quarters. Again, I've got the max air fan, but I want it to look a little bit different. So I put like a little bit of a timber sort of vinyl over the top of it, just to give it a bit more of a homely vibe. All this is just a nice little IKEA unit with a Wix that I bought, a top which I bought from Wix, and then twin hob gas stove, which is just enough for me. In here we've got the Fort Knox. Everything you need in here, cutlery, pots and pans, that sort of stuff, and my bins in there. And then I've got a little gravity fed makeshift sort of like water duct up here, which I just made at work. Little chair here with two JBL 6x9s underneath, which they absolutely blast out some tunes. These are all touch lights. Fridge freezer under here, which I can now use thanks to the solar. So always good to have cold beer in a van. That's what sold me on this. My friend had the exact same one, and he just brought me out a cold beer, and I was like, I need that in my van. I'm sick of having lukewarm beer now. I'm not a caveman. I won't do it. And yeah, just little storage boxes in here. This is my diesel heater control panel. It takes half an hour to heat this van up. Having little homely touches like this, so instead of buying the typical camper van rocker switches, which are little round ones, if you just get little things, little details like this, you will really notice the difference. And then I've got my curtain here, which a lady from work's made, and it's just nice, it's thermal. So when you do put a window in, make sure you get a curtain, because it just keeps that draft at bay. So this is called four-way stretch. Even though you don't have it in a house, it gives it that homely vibe. And it's just four-way stretch, so simple to use. It just covers a lot of the niggly bits as well. So if your carpentry skills are questionable, like mine, this will hide a lot of sins. In a house, everyone's got that drawer which has absolute rubbish in, you know, your radiator bleed key. So that's what it is in here. So I've got some bits and pieces in there. I had to have the big bed. That is just, if you put a small bed in, again, if you're living in it, you're gonna get backache. You just need to be comfy. The blanket, so that's always good. That's the logo. It's him. So again, like a goth band. It just shows that anybody can be a van lifer. These are so cheap. You can get, I think I got this from Aldi. So yeah, you just put all your books in here. Got my LED lighting up here, which is nice just to have in the evening when you just go into bed and you just want to have a bit of a chill. You just get the halo going. And on the side of the beds, this is where all my clothes go. Laundry box, and then same again down this side. When you do move into a van, you will have to get rid of a lot of clothes, but you don't miss them, honestly. You really don't. Just live with less and you'll have more. So that's it. It's nice and simple in here. It doesn't need to be anything, you know, too drastic. Just keep it simple. Because I wanted it to look neat and I didn't want it to just look like a single bloke living in a van, you know, because some of those can be a bit, you know. I wanted it to look nice and homely, and I wanted it to be warm and just completely forget that I'm in a van when I'm in there and I'm just home. So there are downsides to the van life, which, you know, I'm sure you've heard on all the videos. The toilet situation isn't ideal. Luckily enough, we have a toilet block up the road, which, you know, we can use. But yeah, there are other downsides. So my leisure battery unfortunately died not so long ago, so I was stuck in here with no heating for a night. Again, if it breaks down, you sort of, you know, you can't stay in the garage forecourt, so you have to seek accommodation that way. But again, you say, you know, so you can get a hotel, but again, you've saved that money to get to a hotel, you know, by staying in it year round. So when things do go a little bit pear-shaped, which they do, you've just got to seek other accommodation and just got, again, just adapt. Just, it is what it is. Things like laundrettes are ideal for people living in vans. Gyms, which I know a lot of people do, they go to the gym. Luckily enough, mine has a sauna as well. So I'll go to work, straight out the sauna, out the swimming pool. That's the best place to go for your showers, unless I've got a little pump shower, and I can just, on a nice day, I'll just shower out the back of my van and it's lovely. Every now and then you can have a swim in the local watering holes, which, you know, it's always good fun. You got to take the rough with the smooth, really, and the smooth is fantastic. I think the future for me is I'm going to drive Lexi until she can't go anymore, and then I'm just going to have to get another van. I don't see myself living in a house until I really have to. I'd love to do van life until I'm unable to, really. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and if I've managed to encourage anybody to take up this lifestyle and just abandon the mundane, I'd seriously consider doing it. You can do it on the cheap, very simply. Before you know it, you've got yourself a camper van and you're traveling the world. Awesome. What more can I say? Do it. She's on Instagram. It's a Lexi Blue 08. It's just a simple guy living in a simple van. If that's what people want to see, then yeah, follow it. Why not?
Alright guys, thanks for sticking around for another video there, and a big thanks to Ricky for inviting us over, sharing his story and showing us around his van.
Make sure to check him out on social medias, the links will be down below, and if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments what you thought. We'll see you in the next one.